When it comes to the balancing of characters in In Plain Sight 2, their unique abilities are all built around the idea of trade-offs. Despite the positives these characters may have, they all come with downsides, some not explicitly stated, that other thieves might not struggle with. Take Buzz, for example. While he may have the ability to toggle lower gravity, allowing him to cross large parts of the map and perform jumps that most thieves struggle to accomplish, you have to consider that not only do you lose out on the universal utility of the smoke bomb, the lower gravity can also lead to you being a way easier target to nail with the camera's laser. It really goes to show how each thief has a delicate balance between what their ability or stat changes provide and what they hinder you with. And I think that in all of IPS, there's no better example than Ace. Alright, here's the breakdown. Ace is a legendary thief, and his ability is Jetpack. All it does is change two stats, health and speed. The base thieves have an HP stat of 4 and a speed stat of 16, same as that of a default Roblox character. Ace drops his HP down to 1, making it so that even a sneeze could cause you to shatter into a million pieces. As a trade-off, Ace gets the highest base walk speed out of all the thieves at 50. So you've got a 4th the HP, but a little over 3 times the walk speed. Since these are stat changes, Ace also has the default ability of Smoke Bomb, which is actually a pretty good utility for him, but we'll touch on that in a bit. So how exactly does one play as Ace? Well, the best way to think of him is as a glass cannon. For those unfamiliar with the term, a glass cannon refers to a character or a build that has an incredibly high output, but has very low defense and or health. Doesn't that sound familiar? Since speed in this game directly correlates with how quickly you can loot, Ace's ability to cover large ground in short amounts of time makes it so that he competes for the role of a blitz thief, the kind that typically goes for valuables with a high price, since their mobility allows them to get to the loot first and escape before the camera can catch them. There's really only 2 other thieves that compete for a similar role, being the epic thief Formula Zero and the legendary thief Sprint. So what exactly does Ace have that gives him an advantage over the other 2? Simple. His speed is always active. Formula Zero can match similar speed with Ace when his ability is activated, but not only does it make a pretty audible sound cue when he triggers it, and leaves behind a pretty noticeable trail of particles, he also shoots uncontrollably forward for the entire duration. As for Sprint, while her speed is much more controllable than Formula Zero, her speed is only usable in bursts since it's tied to her ability. Plus, it also has the prerequisite of you needing to be in the air to activate the dash. Granted, it's not exactly a walk in the park for Ace either. His HP is the big factor that the other 2 have over him, as they both have the base HP stat of 4. Okay, next I want to touch on his Smoke Bomb. While the ability, as a utility, has varying levels of success with other thieves who use it, it's arguably Ace's second best tool in his toolkit, as it allows him to create distractions and revive thieves under the cover of smoke. Seriously people, don't discredit the Smoke Bomb. When it works, it works! Okay, enough dancing around the question though. How should you, as an aspiring thief, play Ace? Well, it's all about the blitz strategy. Get in, do what you need to do, and get out. You're basically outrunning a ticking time bomb with your 1 HP, since something as simple as a stray shot from a spectating shutter sends you spiraling onto the sidewalk. So, outside of the core strategies from gameplay, it's important to analyze what cameras are the best at shutting you down. There's 4 that come to mind, at least for me, so let's quickly run through them. Alright, first up, we've got to talk about Annihilator. I don't think there's a single camera in this game that has an ability so strong and so polarizing, it makes the mere sentence of this camera a death sentence for more than just Ace. If you've ever played against it, then you know how powerful it is. But for those who haven't, Annihilator is basically just a nuke cannon with its ability, and since it has a massive radius, it can catch you out pretty easily. Just try to stay clear of it, and try not to get tagged by its splash, since it can go through walls and floors. Okay, next, you need to prepare for trouble and make it double, because we've got Incinerator and Exterminator. These 2 cameras, despite having different abilities, both play in a similar sense when it comes to playing as Ace, in the sense that they are area denial cameras that are very powerful against you. Since you have 1 HP and they can cover a large amount of the map by using their ability to lock you in a small space, it can make it so that it's pretty tricky to fight against these guys. Thankfully, both the gas grenade and the actual fire from Incinerator have a small window before they actually start dealing damage after they're placed, which gives you an opportunity to run out. It's especially effective against Incinerator since he can't shoot while spewing his fire. And, worst case, if you do end up getting caught out, your speed is also your best tool here, alongside your smoke bomb, since it allows you to try to dodge hits so you don't get tagged. Last on the notable cams list is Silencer. This camera's danger comes from how listening out for the sounds of a camera's click as it changes to a new area gives you the ability to sort of pseudo-track where the cameras are going. And Silencer, when it comes to that, is much, much quieter. It's also sometimes hard to see on specific positions in certain maps, so your best bet in this case is simply just to keep an eye out and try to catch it out.
There we go. I actually got the
And that's really all I have to say to get you started with Ace. While he definitely has a pretty sharp learning curve, once you get the flow of his gameplay down, Ace can put out some pretty good results, so don't be afraid to try him out. He was my first main in all honesty, so I have a lot of connection to this character. And, well, he's also still, to this date, one of my favorite thieves, period. So, get out there. Don't be afraid to fail upwards. Even if you fall flat in your face, keep trying and trying again and again. Because eventually, the wind will flow just right and you can soar. Thanks for watching.